That game yesterday was a disaster, but not necessarily the game itself. Okay, you lose a one-run baseball game, things will happen. You lose the series, that stinks. But when you zoom out, it hurts, and here's why. Now, the Pirates are a game and a half back now in the wild card race. It's June 14th. They're in the thing. But when I saw the lineup yesterday, I knew it was an L. I knew it was an L. I think a lot of people came to that conclusion. I tweeted it out. I said, Mitch Keller better throw up zeros, and he didn't. He goes 6, gives up 4. It wasn't a great Mitch Keller performance, but hey, bless him for giving the Pirates an extra inning. He busted his hump, and he didn't have it, and he goes that extra inning when it's 875 degrees, and he was fighting it all day. You know, Mitch Keller was not the problem yesterday. The problem was, you look at the lineup, here's the bottom 5 of the lineup. Every one of these humans hitting below 215. Rowdy Tellez, Jared Triolo, Jack Sawinski, who, my God, is a disaster.
Jeez.
Yasmani Grandal, Michael A. Taylor. That is the bottom 5 of your lineup. You were going to lose that baseball game, and here's where the zoom out comes in, Dorin. The Pirates have lost their last 6 rubber matches. So you can win one game in a series, you lose a game in a series, winner take all. They've lost their last 6 opportunities, which I didn't know, but anecdotally, that felt right. Mm-hmm. And how many times we got in, they got a chance to win the series, right, and then they don't. 6 in a row, and it's because Derek friggin' Shelton throws out lineups like this. Look, I know it's a day game after a night game, and you don't want to throw Henry Davis out there. But the guy is in his early 20s, and he just hit a home run, and he's not been hot all season. He's been an abject failure. I would have liked to trot out the young man out there to just see if he can keep it going. No Kutch. Your best hitter's been Nick Gonzalez. You don't have Nick. Your most consistent hitter all year has been Connor Joe. He's not in the lineup. Dorin, why do you have to rest every guy at one time?
Like, the timing of this is so odd to me because the next series is the Rockies, right?
Yes.
Like, so I could see if it was reversed. I could see if they were playing the Rockies now and then wanted to rest and then get guys ready for a Cardinal series, a divisional opponent. The timing is just so wild.
I can buy that. Yeah.
I don't get it at all, and especially all those guys. I could see one guy here, one guy there, maybe that, but your best players at the plate were out of this game.
And
like, what?
And
you basically were like, here's a win.
Yes. St. Louis put their A lineup basically out there because they understood, Marmol understood, that this is a big series in June. The Cardinals hadn't won a series against the Pirates in 2 years. Think about that. The Pirates had not lost a series to that franchise, to that bugaboo team in 2 years, and you handed it to them on a silver platter. Tellez, Triolo, Sawinski, Grandal, Michael A. Taylor. I totally agree with you, Dorin. If it was the final game of a Rockies series and you had St. Louis coming up next,
right,
and you knew the importance of the St. Louis series and you were reading the tea leaves and you thought certain guys needed a breather, I can wrap my head around it. At least it can be explained away. But this is the first time you've played St. Louis this year. They haven't played a ton of division games to this point. You're all lumped together in the standings. You want to be in a good position at the trade deadline. You win this game, and you're a half game out of a playoff spot. You lose this game, you're a game and a half out of a playoff spot. I just don't get it.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't. It can't. I can't put it in a box, man. And if you think that Andrew McCutchen needs a day off, give him yesterday off and let him play today, or alternate guys. Mm-hmm. Nick Gonzalez plays yesterday, Andrew McCutchen plays today. Mm-hmm. Or Connor Joe plays yesterday and Michael A. Taylor plays today. But to rest everybody all at once, and then this is even more unforgivable. You punted. 9th inning. You're down 1 run. 1 run. Their closer couldn't even go. 1 run, you're down. Grandal leads it off. Michael A. Taylor's hitting second. You've got Kutch, Gonzalez, and Joe on the bench? How do you not pinch hit for one of those guys?
One of those guys, right.
Michael A. Taylor is hitting below the Mendoza line. He is very, very, very Austin Hedges. Like, that's who this guy is. He is maybe the best defensive center fielder in Major League Baseball right now. Like, if you look at defensive runs saved, which maybe I shouldn't say it in that tone because, okay, it matters. Michael A. Taylor, I'm sorry, he's hitting 204. Yasmani Grandal's hitting 167.
Did we get any type of explanation?
Got
Is that anywhere?
It's a long season, Dorin. That's pretty much what we got. It's a long season. It's hot. Got to give guys the day. Got to think about the future. Got to think about the season overall and not just one game. It's ridiculous.
You got to think about the future. There won't be a future if you don't take care of games like this, like yesterday.
Right.
Like, I just...
And it's just 101-62, but it's a division game, so it carries more weight. And, man, I don't think Cherington's going to do anything unless the club forces his hand. And so if you're Derek Shelton, you kind of get this Moneyball feel where it's like management versus ownership or I guess more to the point, Major League, where it really is management versus ownership and versus the general manager. If I'm Derek Shelton, I want to win baseball games, and they all want to win, right?
Yes.
But if I'm Derek Shelton, I'm doing everything I can, knowing that I manage this club day to day, to try to make it so that my general manager gives me a better opportunity to win games. Tellez is hitting 211, Triolo's hitting 212, Sawinski's hitting 170, Yasmani Grandel's hitting 167, Michael A. Taylor's hitting 204. They basically trotted 5 pitchers out there.
Honestly.
And then not to mention your cleanup hitter, Edward Olivares, who hits lefties well, is hitting 230 on the season.
What would we have said if they would have won that game? Would we still be talking like this?
I would have brought it up because I think they would have gotten away with one.
Yeah, same.
Right?
Like if they would have won 4-3, if it was reversed.
Yeah.
They'd have won by one run. Like you got lucky.
Yes. They would have gotten away with one. They would have stole one. They would have won in spite of their manager, is the way I think we would have looked at it. At least I would have looked at it. It didn't make sense from the drop. And that's why I did want to get out there with a tweet ahead of time. Because I don't, look, we're in the radio industry. I don't love second guessing things. That's why one of the few reasons that I like Twitter, because it gives you the opportunity to in real time question things so that you're not just Monday morning manager or Monday morning quarterback, you know? It was a bad call from the jump, and Rowdy Tellez goes 1 for 3. Triolo 0 for 2. Sawinski 0 for 3. Yasmani Grandal had a hit, hip hip hooray, and Michael A. Taylor had a hit. So, 2 of the 5 guys actually got hits, but that would put them, 2 for 7, 2 for 10, 2 for 12, 3 for 15. Come the hell on!
Unreal.
St. Louis. Like, I feel like we're going around in circles here because there's really not much to add. But, he would look at it, Derek Shelton, as seeing the forest through the trees. I am it's load management. I'm setting my team up for success down the road. Sometimes you got to win that baseball game in front of you, man. And what you've done now is you throw that lineup out there, and today it's going to be a bullpen game. It's going to be Majinski. I've been crushing his name, by the way. I've nailed it.
Yeah,
I nailed it.
Wow, you said that was smooth.
Majinski, Carmen Majinski, probably going to pitch today. Luis Ortiz probably going to pitch today, and they'll have a chance. The Rockies are terrible, but it's not like you got Keller. It's not like you got Skeens. It's not like you got Jones. It's not like you got Falter on the mound. Like, if they were going to lose a game to the Rockies, you would say, it's probably the bullpen game. So now you've set yourself up where you could be losing 2 games in a row, and it's just... For all the people that crush Derek Shelton, and I happen to really like the guy, and I think he's a good sport when he's on with Joe and those dudes, I don't want to see him lose his job, but this is ammunition for anybody who wants to criticize Derek Shelton that he does not understand the big picture. That was baffling yesterday. Tweeter, Matthew, @_Adam Crowley, @Score and Dorin. Derek Shelton's decision-making, lineup choices, bullpen choices, etc. have been terrible for years. It's been tough to say that because their rosters have been so bad. And frankly, I don't kill him that much for the bullpen management because beyond Holderman, Chapman, and Bednar, they don't have much. I look at that more as a Cherington thing. But throw your best lineup out there in a rubber match against the Cardinals.
Right.
Like, that should not be controversial.
No.
Like, I don't even know what leg you have to stand on. And I can't wait to hear him have his conversation with Starkey next week because, I think the beat writers do a good job of asking Shelton questions. I do think he is more expansive in his answers when he talks to Starkey and Zeiss and Pompiani. I'd love for him to get into that for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell are you thinking here?
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.